Many students quit their degree before even starting because they didn't get a scholarship. I got into an Ivy League school and quit because of that. And even though that may seem to you like the realistic option, and it definitely seemed that way to me, only recently I found out that there are many other options. So this video is about how to get a scholarship when you don't get a scholarship. So what students oftentimes ignore are the small scholarships, the ones that are worth like 10% or less of their tuition fees. Now, firstly, I want to point out that regardless of where you are, there is usually the opportunity of getting a small discount on your tuition fees, a need-based scholarship. However, I do realize that oftentimes that's not enough. So oftentimes a part-time or maybe even a full-time job can be an immense help. But the topic of this video is the small scholarships that we mentioned earlier. Because all in all, the numbers do add up. And yes, most of the cases referred to in this video will be about like US cases and such, but this also applies to many other countries as well. And I've actually tried it out in multiple other countries. So rather than focusing on like getting 1 or 2 scholarships that can fix everything, which does happen, sometimes it's a better option to consider getting like 5 or 6 scholarships every year. You see, given the large number of organizations and companies out there that are giving such scholarships, you will find that there are multiple scholarships that have such high acceptance rates because they're not very well known. And cumulatively, they can be an immense help and completely solve your academic financial problems. Of course, yes, this would probably mean applying to tens of scholarships, but it does work. So let's talk about the individual types of such scholarships. First, we have the essay scholarship. And this usually would just mean talking about some dreams, aspirations, or other leadership experiences that you had or wish to have. And you're just supposed to somehow sell yourself as a personality usually. And now, yes, this may sound slightly exhausting, especially since, a few seconds ago I talked about how you would have to apply to tens of this, but this doesn't mean that you have to write tens of essays. Not exactly. Because since most of these scholarship essays are very similar, you can just write 1 or 2 and every time just tweak it a little. And bit by bit, you will actually become so much better and have a much higher acceptance rate. Examples of this are the CGTrader scholarship. In this program, you basically have to write an essay on innovative technologies that you think will change our lives. So if you're thinking of applying to such a program, basically you're just supposed to somehow integrate your personality and bring up some personal experiences that may or may not be true. And the first prize for this scholarship program is around $3,000. The second place is around $2,500. And the third is $500. And yes, even though this may not sound a lot, there are multiple others that you can apply to combined. Also, there's the Ayn Rand Atlas Shrugged essay competition. Now, this is not a very widely known one, so definitely check it out. And the first prize for this scholarship program is $25,000. And then it goes down to around $2,500 each for the second, third, and fourth place. And then around, I think, 4th, 5th, 6th, or something, it's around $500. But really, you can aim for the 25,000. There aren't that many applicants relative to other programs. And all you have to do is just write one essay about one book. So try it out. Really, there is a good chance that you can make it. And these essay scholarships are valid for both national and international students. And I will have the links to both of the ones that I mentioned previously in the description box down below. So definitely check it out. It's definitely worth it. As for the second type, we have the corporate scholarships. And these are very similar to applying to jobs in many ways. Many of them actually require you to perhaps submit a CV, a resume, and maybe even get an internship, and slowly you will build connections with people over there and get sponsorships. And additionally, this can lead to allowing you to maybe even get a job once you've graduated. So you've both secured your academics and the job after. And that is the most amazing scholarship you can get for many people. However, yes, some of those companies only offer scholarships based on academics, and that's great too. And a great option to check out in these type of scholarships is British Petroleum. They actually offer amazing scholarships to multiple students all around the world. And I will have a link to their scholarship program linked in the description box down below. And finally, we have the cultural scholarships. These are based on your religion, race, languages you speak, gender, among other things. And there are multiple scholarships for these type of groups. And for them, it's very important to be more integrated with society. And they want you to be a part of them. They feel like you're part of their family in a way. So they really want to work hard to increase their reputation by increasing the reputation of their members. So even if you don't entirely agree with their ideas, it's definitely worth a try, especially the language-based scholarships. And of course, there are also numerous other scholarships and types, but the ones I mentioned here are the main ones that me or my colleagues have personally tried, and I will continue to talk about other scholarships in my following videos, both that have higher coverage in terms of eligibility and in terms of financial coverage. So if you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below.